Hey everybody, so this is the demonstration video for week 1 of the loss run data analysis project. As you can see here on the screen, we're in week 7, and here I've got 2 older videos. I'm basically going to be replicating these right now for the data we're using in spring 2024. Here's the progress. I can show you. So this is the document you need to fill out for this week. So here's the things we have to do. We have to complete the descriptive statistics and have comments. We have to complete the data distribution, provide comments. We need to make a professional looking table and a figure. Make sure that it has numbers, titles, labeled axes, and legends, okay? Then finally, we're going to work a little bit on the first paragraph of the technical report. And I'm just going to play around with that too. So I'm going to try and complete this in a short amount of time. Here is what we have. So we've got the data set. I'm going to start with it fresh, even though we worked on it in lecture today. Here is the assignment, and I think I have a copy of that right about here. Why is it important? Because I want you to make sure you understand what we're doing. Each week, we have five weeks of Excel progress, and make sure you get everything in on time. It's worth a lot of points. The final Excel, the presentation, the executive summary and technical report are 40%. Here's what we're doing. Your objectives are to evaluate the quality of data, which is what we'll do next week when we look at the outliers. Although this week we start getting some indications of things, we're going to assess the performance of the safety program, and then we're going to make prioritized recommendations for where and what the company should focus on, along with forecasted losses. So we'll be asking for money. Okay. That's what we're doing. I'm just going to close that. In addition to that, this assistance document is meant to kind of guide us. I'm going to bring it to the beginning. I handed out 2 of these pages in class today. So here's different macros that I use, functions we're going to be using, tricks, and graphs. So I used Control X today, Control C today, Control V, Control Y, and I used Control Z, which is back up one move. We used sum, we use count if, we use percentage. No, we didn't. We used average and we used median. Median should be in there. I'm missing a couple. We did copy paste trick, and we created a bar chart. So here's what we want to do, and everything's right here. See, I've got the equal sum. I'm gonna make these a little bit cleaner. I'm gonna copy and paste this over in just a moment, and then make sure I do the open and close. I don't think I did that in class today. And then I'll do the distribution key, which I did in class today too. All right. So let's bring over the data because, as you guys know, there's some stuff we need to do with it. So don't touch the master. This is the corrected master. So I'm not going to touch that either. This is the one where I put in the correct sites because the last one didn't have it, or had some unknowns too. So I'm going to copy this over. Paste. I'll try and always blow this up to 140% so you guys can see. Remember when it looks like that with the hashtags, just widen it a little bit. Widen it a little bit. All right. So the first thing we want to do is get the 2 types of time dimensions that we're going to be 2 types of time. So I'm going to insert a column, and this is going to be my calendar year. Calendar year, which is going to be my CY. The other one's going to be the policy year, which is right over here somewhere. There it is. And I'm going to cut it, Control X, and bring it over. I'm just going to highlight that column and hit paste. Oh, nope, Z. I should put insert cut cells there. So I've got my policy year here. I'm going to take out some of this stuff. I'm just going to call it policy year, which is PY. Yep. I like to clean things up as I go, so I'm going to make sure that everything's centered. So this alignment allows you to wrap text, center things, move things around. So I use this a lot. I'll change the font and I'll make things different with this. I will change what the cell coding is and move decimal points here. Here I'll use this to format tables out of the ones I create. All right, calendar year. So calendar is going to be this year. Policy year is September 1st through August 30th. That's already done for us. So this is 2017. Oh, I wonder, oh, and remember this gets weird. highlight it. I just got to change this to a general, and then it does that. Can I drag this? Yep. So that goes to 2017, 2018. So I'm going to go kind of fast through this because we already did this in class. 2019. Just clicking and dragging. 2020. And so what I'm doing is I'm looking here. I'm looking in this one right here. So So this is the last claim in 2020. So that's what I did. This is the first in 2021. So I'm manually entering this. I'm not destroying any data. I'm just creating a representation of the calendar year. So it's a calendar year variable within the data set. If I changed it in there, then I'd be destroying data, but I wouldn't do that. There's that. And now 2023. Oops. This is almost done. I think I just have to go to 2024. There's that. 2024. So it's different ways to organize the data. If I want to make this color here, I go up to Formal Painter, click on that, and I bring it up. Formal Painter, there. Okay, so that's there. All right, so what are we doing? We're doing descriptive statistics. Descriptive stats. The first one is, what are the number and range? So we are September 1st through, what's going on here? There we go. So what are the dates? Dates. It is September 1, 2017 to, well, February 24th. I know it's March 1st, so I'm just going to say that. March 1, 2024, because that's when they generated it for me. Got it on Sunday. There we go. Dates. Total claims. It says right here, 271. That is a self-generated individual number for each claim. So that's what we have here. Might be interesting. So we already checked these. If you recall in class, I'm going to just make sure we can see them all. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I don't know if you guys remember this, but I had made the decision to get rid of everything that is not just a paid thing. So I'm going to highlight these two columns and delete. 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 And so I've got medical indemnity, legal expense, total paid, total outstanding. I'm going to keep that in for now. It's not a big deal. I don't know if you guys saw in class I was playing with these two. You don't have to. And now what I'm going to do is highlight row 1, hit copy, go to the bottom, and I'm going to put it in here. Do it right here. Boom. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller though. I'm going to drop it to an 8 font there. Close some of these things. I know I don't have to read them. I'm just trying to get everything together. That still looks good. All right, there we go. Now we can begin. Are we still at 140? We are. Okay, so I'm going to bring over, I got to open up the other, where is it? Here it is, the help document. And I'm going to grab the table. It's here. Copy. And I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. There it is. Got to make sure it's all clean. Obviously it's not. So all of these are the equations I'm going to use. You can write these down if you want. I'm going to get them out of here. Delete. I'm going to open this one up a little bit. This isn't the proper way, so this is going to be, I'm going to call it benefit paid total. I like that better than subtotal. This is the percent of total paid. average paid per claim, median paid per claim. It should be claims. Yeah, of claims. Yeah, that was correct, actually. I'm going to open this up a little bit so we can see it better. The count of $0 entries. Okay. Okay, I can actually put this in. This is 271. Yeah, it's better. And I'm going to copy this down. Copy, paste, but I got to get rid of the color. If you guys remember when I tried to make the graph, no fill. There we go. Oh, I can still put the borders around it. And what is this? That's size 8. That's size 10. Let's make everything size 10 for this. Okay. So I can open that up a little bit so it looks better. One thing I could do is put a space after that, and then it would look like that. That's not too bad. Paid legal expense. Sure. Okay. Well, we're looking pretty good here. I'm going to make sure all these. So paid only average. So let's say only claims with payment average. Maximum amount paid, percent maximum of total, and percent $0 claims. Okay. Everything's spelled out more. I got to give it a little bit more space just so it looks better. That's not bad. How do these look? Probably going to want to try and center a lot of these, just like that. Make that bold. And this is the descriptives. All right, so the first one is sum equal SUM parentheses. Yeah, that's parentheses. It's T2 to T272. I know this because if you look up here, it's what's highlighted. Our first row of data is 2 because row 1 is a header. And also make sure there's space here, okay? There always should be space between these two. It'll become important later. Drag that over. Here's our totals. Percent of total is equal to, and you click on this amount. This is the paid medical, and then I divide by what this total is here, and I'm going to type it in. 1,881,808. And it should be a percentage. So I click on the cell. I go up here and switch it from currency to percentage. And I click and drag it over. Maybe I'll try to go bigger. There. Average equal average T2 to T272. Is that right? Yep. Return. It's the average amount paid. There's the average claim amount. The median equal median. T2 to T272. Return. Click. Drag it. If you remember from lecture today, the dragging over is like a copy paste. It's a quick copy paste when you put the cursor under the bottom right hand corner. Count of $0 entries equal count if. Give the range T2 to T272, and what's the criterion? 0. There's 37 zeros above. Bring it over. There's 22 there. Only claims with payment average. Okay. So this is equal to the subtotal divided by the total N, which in this case is 271, minus the number of $0 claims. It's that amount. Click and drag it over. Maximum equal max T2. Why do I keep hitting that? T2 to T272. Click it, drag it over. The max percent divided by that amount. Click and drag it over. And finally, the percent of $0 claims is the number of $0 claims divided by the total number, which is 271. That's a percent. There we go. Now, let's do the open and close and the reopened. I didn't do that before. Bring this over quick. Copy. Where are my open and close? Here they are. Bam. All right, so we've got status, count, and percent. Here's what it is. It's a count if, and then you give it a different criterion. But we have to do open, closed, and reopened. That's a new thing for me. I've never had that before until I got to this data set. But I understand it. All right, so status. This is claim status. If it's open, it's still being charged, okay? Want to get them closed if we can. Can I shorten that? Let's do the wrap text and see if it jumps down. It did. All right. So this is in column K. So we're going to count equal count if K2 to K272. If it equals open, counted 18 of them. I wonder if I can. Oh, I could drag it down. I'm going to teach you guys a real quick trick. And I call it using dollar signs to freeze things. So if I was to drag it down, it would actually move the range from 3 to 273. If I dragged it down again, it'd be 4 to 274. So what I do is I put a dollar sign in front of the 2 and in front of the 272. Now I can drag it down and it won't do that. Watch. Bloop. Uh-oh. That's the close. Did I spell reopen wrong? Is it reopened? It's reopened. Okay, that's why I didn't get anything. Reopened. All right, what's the total? You got to check your totals. No, you just call it total. Equal to the sum of these three. 271. Good, we're good. So the percent is equal to this divided by, and if I want to use this number right here, what I have to do is I have to freeze it. So I got to put a dollar sign in front of both the J and the 281. Go to percentage. Now you don't have to do that. You can just type it in again if you want. Just make sure you get the right numbers. And there's the breakdown. So let's make a pretty table here. I did purple in class today. I don't want to say my favorite color is green, but I do like the color green. What would look good here? The thing is, I need something with, no. I need something with a side thing too because of that. Well, not necessarily. Excuse me. Let's try that, see what happens. That's not too bad. So I'm going to get rid of these drop-down arrows by highlighting the header row, going to data, and then clicking on filter, and it gets rid of them because that's what those are. Those are filter drop-downs. So I've got my table here. If I get rid of this, will it screw up? Yep. So what am I going to do? I'm going to turn this into 271. There we go. Everything is cool. There we go. All right, let's pretty up this one too. I'm going to stick with the green motif. That's under home, format as a table, green. There you go. I'm going to do that. I don't mind that at all. I'm going to highlight the header row, go to data, hit filter, and clean it up. It'd be nice if these were all equal sized. That looks better. I don't mind that. I really don't. So this is table 1. I think this is going to be table 1A. I'm just going to write it in here. So this is table 1A. And this is claim status N equals 271. Up. Up. And you see it's centered. So if I click on it and then click left justified, then it kind of comes out. This one over here, I'm just going to call table 1. Table 1, descriptive statistics for workers. And I'm not going to call it, I'm going to call it loss run. For loss run data set. September 1, 2017 to March 1, 2024, n equals 271. Just put it in there again. It's weird, so I click on it. I left justify. It looks better. So we want to interpret what's here. I'm going to do that when I get to the assignment. So what I'm going to do now is File, Save As. Again, I like to use Dropbox. You guys got to figure out what you want to use. You want to make sure you're saving frequently, especially after you get done with a tab. This is my 483 loss run data analysis, descriptive stats, and distribution. You could call it week 1 if you want to. And then I'm going to put my name and spring 2024. It seems long, but now I know a lot about this, right? Save. All right. Let's bring this over to the next tab. I thought I copied it. Let's try it again. Copy. I don't know if that worked. I don't know. Something's weird. Sometimes when I'm trying to do Excel, when I'm actually doing the recordings, it gets funky. Let's see if it got funky. Oh, it's all right. First thing I need to do is clean out the bottom. I'm just going to highlight all these rows and hit delete. Make it disappear. Is it all gone? Indeed. And then if you'll recall from the from this, for the distribution, I gave instructions up here. Move the header row down to 105. Make sure you clear everything. Copy and paste this with control count right above total paid. So control count has to be above total paid. So let's go ahead and I'm going to highlight the header row, hit insert, and then hit Y 100. And I'm going to hold it down, but I need to add 104 entries. Okay, I'm going to stop, see where it is. Oh, I went too far. Let's see if I delete these. There we go. 105. 106 is the first row of, I'm going to call this distribution. 105, 106 is the first row of data. I'm going to bring this back over, and that's exactly what I wanted. I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to make sure the total count is right above total paid. You got to make sure. I'm going to copy this, get it out of the way. So here's total paid. I'm going to, total paid is in W. Hopefully I can move this. So here's W. I'm going to go 2 over because that's what I copied and hit paste. It already updated it for me. N is 271. I don't think I did that before. Now I want to do the total percent. You guys want me to zoom in, I'm sure. I'm going to read the instruction again and then try to follow it. What did it tell me to do again? Oh, I can't see it. To complete that, click on, okay, right here, I go equal. Oh, I can't see it. Equal, and I think it is this is total count, and I think that's what I want to do. And then I divide this by 271. Is that right? I got to turn it into a percentage. And then if I double click it, it should fill. It did. Make it smaller, center it. Does it go to 100%? Yes, because 95.94 plus 4.06 is equal to 100%. So what this shows, so what is 11 out of, is 11 out of 271? Did I do that wrong? What's 11 out of 271? Equal 11 divided by 271. Oh, it's 4%. Today I thought we said 1.5%. Why did I think that? That's the number right there. That's what I wanted. A couple of things I want to figure out here. I want to highlight the data down here. I can sort this without messing anything up because there was nothing specific, no ranges. The ranges are all the same. I'm going to go to data and filter, and I'm going to filter by total paid, high to low. Okay, so the filter's still there. I just clicked on this and I went largest to smallest. So I have the most expensive claims right here. And if you recall, it's 11 of them. 11 of them accounts for right here. So 4.6 is 11. 1, 2, it's everything above 50. So it's these. I'm going to highlight these. And what is the total amount? It's equal to, oh, it's so huge. I got to get rid of it. I got to fix this. It's driving me nuts. Come on, man. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, there it is. What is going on? I just want to shrink this down because it's just so big. What is up? There we go. Lost description. Shorten it. So it won't do that as much. Okay. That's better. Oh wait, is it still absolutely huge? Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. I'm okay. Equals sum. So here are the 11 total paid. That's the amount. Get rid of the pennies. What is the percent? And I gotta find out what it is again. It's like, what? 1881, 808. Just stop messing with me, Excel. Stop trying to guess what I'm gonna do. 49%. Is that what we had today? That's a percent. I'm gonna go back and look at it again. 1881, 808. 1881, 808. Yep, that's the percent. So 11 is 4.06. The total amount, total paid. So yeah, total paid, percent of total paid. That's that stuff. And then this here, this is what the 11 is. But I don't need that because it's right there. Delete. So that's the number, that's the count, that's the percent of the count. Okay. Yeah. All right, we need to make the figure now. And we do it by the number that's in the range. And we don't use the zeros. So I'm going to click here and highlight all these numbers, even though there's a lot of zeros, all the way down to 11. I'm going to go Insert. And then here are the charts. And I want, for this particular application, I want the bar chart. You know what? I can keep it down here. I have no problem with that, as long as I can give myself room. Make it big. So I've got my numbers right here that I can go with. I need to add the increments, the $500 increments, which I'm going to right click and go select data. Here's the horizontal. I hit edit and the window. Now I can go up and start at 500 and drag down to the greater than 50,000. Enter it, hit OK, and hit OK. There, it's all done. Make that a little bit bigger. So now, I had said before that we want to add stuff, right? To make it look professional. So I can go here, I've got axes, I can add axes titles, I can add data labels, data, I don't want to do that. Error bars, guidelines, legend, I don't have to do a legend or a trend line. I don't need that. But I need these titles. So what is this? This is claim amount paid in $500 increments. Okay. Over here, this is the number of claims. Chart title. This is our distribution of claims by $500 increments. N is equal to 271 minus, how many $0 claims do we have? 22? I'm going to scroll up and quickly look. Yeah, 22. 22 are not included in this. Minus 22 is equal to, what is that? 249. 249. 22 $0 claims not included. All right. I should probably increments. Let's see. No. September 1, 2017 to March 1, 2024. I can get rid of that comma. Okay. Yeah. That's not too bad. I mean, what I could do also is do this. Figure 1. Or I could do figure 1. Distribution later. Okay. I don't have to put it. Oops. Hit Z to go back. Hit Z to go back. Hit Z to go back. And I don't even know if I want the stuff to be that large. All right, let's add some stuff now to make it even look better. Open that up a little bit. So now we know that right here is 11 claims. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a shape, which I'm just going to use an arrow. And then what I'm going to do is fill it with red so people can see it, give it an outline that's black. I'm going to make a bunch of these. So I'm going to comment on these. I copied and pasted it, put it up there. I'm going to comment on the median amount, which I think is like right around here. Paste. I'm going to do the average, which I think is like right around here. Yeah, that's about right. It would be nice if these had dollar signs. So, oh, can I write in there? Z, okay. In US dollars. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I don't remember what those are. I need to look back. Average, 6,944. So now I'm going to go insert text box. Average paid claim is equal to 6,944. Is that right? Oh, I didn't do that right. I'm going to check again. Yep. The median is 1253. That doesn't look right, does it? I'm going to fix this. Oh, I don't like the font either. I'm going to change it to Arial. That's better. Okay. I'm going to take this and go copy paste. What did it do? I brought one up here. This is going to be my median. What was it again? 1253. 1253. All right, what do we have over here? I need to take this and go copy paste. It brought it up here, but I can bring it down here. And this now is 11 claims, 11 most expensive claims, which we know is 4.06. Is that right? Yeah, 4.06%. 4.06%. Okay, so I got to bring that onto here. Probably should make sure. There, that's better. What's the amount? $935, $853 in payments, paid, or 49.73% total paid. That's significant, you guys, isn't it? One other thing that might be interesting is how many claims are below the average. So here's how we can figure that out. We have to find 7,000. I mean, that's a decent, so 7,000. Where's 7,000? Here's 7,000. 83% of the claims are below it. Did you see that? Wow, that's a lot. Copy, paste. It's probably up here. 83% of claims are below the average. Paid claim amount. That is significant. That really kind of speaks to, it speaks to how skewed the data is. It speaks to kind of the quality of the data and the reliance on something called an average. Wait a minute. If that's 7,500, I got to put this right about there. That's a little bit more realistic. 1,200 is more like right here. Okay. That is an important table or important figure. Now, do I have to have it spread out that far? I do not. What happens if I narrow it? What if I narrow it a little bit more? Okay, that stuff disappeared, but I can move it back on. These things have to be moved. So we got to watch this. So that's 7,000 right there. This is... this is more like 1,200 right here. I'm going to make the... Remember, presentation matters. So do the best you can to actually make it look good. Yeah, I like that better. I like that better. All right, I'm going to save my work. And yeah, that's what we're trying to do. What did we learn? What did we learn? That 50% of the claims are below this point. 83% of the claims are below the average. We have 11 claims, which are just 4% of the total. They represent almost 50% of all the claims paid. What did we learn? There's a lot of value in frequency but low severity versus high severity, low frequency. And that's the Pareto principle, kind of, right? All right. Not really. No, forget what I just said. Scratch that. We're at 38 minutes. Let's get to the assignment. I didn't get to do that. I was going to keep extra notes. So, you need to complete the descriptive statistics and provide insights. All right. So I'm going to go back to my table here. I've got 2 of them. I'm going to copy it. I thought when we did the paste in class, it worked better. Yeah, I don't like that very much. I wonder if that's a really big font. What if I was to drop it to 9? That's better. I like that better. Yeah. All right, and now I have to give it a title. So this is Table 1, Descriptive Statistics for loss run data set. September 1, 2017 to March 1, 2024. And this needs to be kind of a little bit subdued here. And so I'm going to make this down to here. I'm going to bold it, and I need it to snug up against there. Why can't I do that? I might have to go to paragraph. Paragraph, 0, 0, and single. There we go. Now I can do that and that. I could put in the proper commas like you're supposed to. Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. What's the interesting insights? Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. That's really, and then here, these two. So I'm not going to write that out. I'm going to let you guys do that. But what's interesting, oh, we got 271, total amount paid, the average, the median, they're different. They're very different. Here's the max amount, and then here's the breakdown by the type of benefit paid. That's really what's interesting. Make sure I save this file, save as. I better not see anybody turn in something that says 43 lost one down on week 1 progress. I will lose my, never mind. All right. So I'm going to say, call this, I'm going to still call it 483 because I like to classify things that way. Week 1 progress, descriptives, and distribution. Spring 24. Word document. Save. All right. Next thing I want to bring up is the claim status. This is table 1A. All right. Table 1A. Claim status for lost relevant data set September 1, 2017, March 1, 2024. That needs to be Arial. This needs to be shrunk down considerably. Bold. Can I center this thing? Nice. Can I center this thing? Nice. Can I center this thing? Better. And just be consistent with how you present things. So what did we learn? Only about 8.8% of the claims, yeah, it's 8.8. Yeah, 8.85% of claims remain open. And so they're still incurring payment, but over 90% are closed. I don't know if that's good or bad. I think it's pretty good. See, what was I supposed to report? For example, but not limited to number of claims, dates, total paid, number, percent $0 claim. Does it look normal? No, it does not. And I did this too. So I created professional stuff. I can talk about that too. So I think, no, oh yeah. Well, did I do that? Yeah, 22 $0 claims not included. I did do that. What's the percent of that? That's what I wanted to put in. I did give myself good advice. It is 8.12%. 8.12%. 8.12%. Included 8.12% of total. Okay. That might not be clear. I might have to change that. Is that if I turn it black? That's not too bad. Is it Arial? No. Make it Arial. I don't need it that big. Should I go 10? And then bold. That's better. I don't know if this whole thing is going to copy over or not. I really don't. We're going to have to test it. So, highlight it. I don't know what I just did. Highlight it. Copy. Here's crossing my fingers. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Dang it. Control Z. There we go. And then paste. Okay, so it's not great, is it? That took up a lot of room. I'll bring it down here. All right, so I got some work to do here. First of all, I'll make it so I can move things around. Get out of the way. All right. Oh, why is it anchored like that? There, now it's out of the way. All right, now if I turn this thing into an 8, that's better. Okay. If I turn this thing into an 8, if I turn this thing into an 8, I'm saying font, by the way, 8-point font. Okay. This is far too big. I may have to turn that into an 8 too. Oh, that looks good. So I've got my median amount. I've got my note about the 83%. Is this still in the right spot? It actually kind of looks like it is. And then I've got this thing here, which I think I'm going to put right here now. And how about this? That's not bad, other than I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of stretching. And I think that this row here needs to go down to an 8. And this needs to go to an 8. And this needs to go to an 8. Oh, that looks a lot better. Okay. It's been a while since I've had to do stuff like this, but I like this better. This is an important figure. It says so much. It doesn't lie. It just has all the data right here, side by side, just like, like the Heinrich and Bird stuff we looked at. We got the median, we've got the average, the most expensive claims and what they represent. Yeah, I'm very pleased with this. So, what can you comment on? What I have on here. Comment on all this. I mean, this is supposed to equal this if it's a normal curve, and then we can, talk about average and things like that. This shows a lot. All right, the last thing, draft your paragraph. I'm already at 47 minutes. You guys are probably really, really sick of me. Save my work. Similar to other things I've created and shared with you. Let's see. An extensive analysis of workers' compensation data was performed to assess the quality of the claim data, performance of the safety program, assess the quality of the data, performance of the priority areas to focus no, that's not right. Priority areas and causes and of future losses if nothing is done. That's kind of a run-on, and I don't know if I like it, but I'm trying to explain what this is. And this is where we could begin that the company, injured worker claims are paid through by the workers' don't call it workman's compensation, please. I hate that. Policy holder and not directly from the company. The company pays an annual premium to share the risk and coverage of injury claims based on the company's historical performance, safety program, historical performance of the safety program. There may be a savings, or what's the opposite of savings? A loss? Or what's the word I'm thinking of, you guys? Savings or loss? Savings or loss. This analysis will allow the company to identify where resources and study where to focus attention and resources to study and mitigate frequent and costly sources of injury through successful root cause analyses, worker engagement, and work system design. The frequency and cost of workers' compensation claims will reduce, and the company will increase the savings year after year, while likely improving worker morale and consistent productivity. I'm kind of laying it all out there, and I think I'm laying it on pretty thick. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's right. This is where I want you to start trying to tie in some of the things I'm providing for readings, some of the things that Jim's going to say. What's the problem? Well, if we have a lot of injuries, it's going to cost a lot of money. I think right here is where I could start reporting information about the loss run data set. I don't want to give you guys too much. I'm just trying to think this through. I'm trying to put my thoughts down. This isn't written in stone. This is me just trying to put down some initial thoughts based on what I experienced this week. Justification, context, scope. I'm trying to put those things all out. But I think this is a good start. I only asked for a paragraph, and I think I've done some. I'm going to try to put more information here. Would I want to put any of the tables or graphs? I may want to bring the distribution figure in. That would be pretty amazing, I think. But this right here, not so amazing. But I should be reporting at least this and this and this, although it's on there. I could refer to it on there. So I just really have to report like the total N this, maybe the breakdown by type, and then here I could point out everything else. That's what I would do. It's definitely what I would do. I'm gonna save my work. And okay, so this went a little bit long. Hopefully this was helpful. You can pause and go back and kind of see what I'm typing in or listen to it again. Each week now, I'm going to have recorded demonstration like this, and I'm going to try to post them by Sunday night. And then during the week, you can work on it and try it. And then one of the days will be dedicated to talking about the results, and I can answer some of your questions and help you out. The other day will be like a guest lecture or just a lecture. Each week, we'll be working on this. And the point of this is so you become very educated on what is workers' compensation and how the company can save money and how you can persuade management to invest into safety because you can show it. The acquisition of skills and knowledge for Excel is secondary. And again, I provided you with an ample amount of other resources to learn Excel. I provided up here when I talked about it. There's all kinds of videos you can watch on LinkedIn or YouTube to help you with your Excel skills. But this project Excel forces you to do it. So that's kind of one of the beautiful things is you're fortunate enough to be able to not only learn this important skill set and develop very justified, data-driven data-driven justification for getting management to invest in safety. But even more, you can look into the future and say, this is what's going to help the company in the future. And, you're spending extra time or effort to try to mitigate the cost of a claim or keep it medical only. And this whole experience is going to give you tremendous amount of background to do that. And you'll understand where it comes from an insider view versus an outsider view, which is what, I think this whole project really is extremely valuable and really sets our program apart from any other degree in safety because I don't know of anybody else doing this. It's because I'm a nerd and I like data. That's all I'm going to say. Let me know if you have any questions.